It says there's an error. Hold on. Oh, we are live. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry I had a little technical difficulties on this end, but we are going live. My name is Melody McAllister, and this is my weekly Educator Spotlight. And today is super special because I have somebody that I used to work for. This woman that you see here, this beautiful, gorgeous woman, she is a leader. She's a principal. She is one of the reasons why I am actually where I am right now. When I came and started working for her for a few years ago, she was like pushing me to be into all ed tech stuff. And so she really is one of the reasons why I'm here today. So I am so glad to introduce you to my friend, Wendy Williams. And she is an educator, principal, mother, an entrepreneur, and we're going to have a great time talking with her tonight. So thank you so much for joining us, Wendy. How are you doing? And tell us where you are.
I am in, I reside in Wide Awake, Wiley, Texas. I hail from Slidell, Louisiana, New Orleans. I have my New Orleans thing going on. I've been here longer than I've lived in Louisiana, so I'm a Texan now.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm officially a Texan. I work in Garland, so I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Awesome. That is so cool. And I'm having just a little bit of technical. I apologize for that skip. So how long have you been a principal?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Great question, Melody. I've been at the same campus with 700 plus kids. I always talk about that. I have 700 kids and I need another AP. I had one AP. I'm on number 7 by I'm on number 7, right, Wendy Bailey?
Yes. Now it's Wendy and Wendy. It's a tag team.
Wendy 1 and Wendy 2. So anyway, but I've been there 11 years. I've been a principal for 11 years.
And when did you start in education?
Oh my God! Why would you ask me? I'm too old.
Okay.
I started. Okay, you know what? I started in Louisiana at Southern University Laboratory School. That is a laboratory. It's a school like for student teachers and that type of thing. I did my student teaching there, and I was just so amazing. They offered me a job. I got a job there. I was only there 2 years. Got my master's again, and then I moved to Texas. That was in 2000. So calculate. So 98 is when I started teaching.
Nice. So are you on your 23rd year so far? That's awesome.
You're good.
You're too young. You're too young to be like 23 years in.
Girl,
you look great.
I'm also single, audience.
I love that. We've got, yes. Hey, if you're looking, I can probably hook you up in that area. Might be out of state though. That's the only thing. But I love it.
Hey, I love to travel. Love to travel.
And, and I got to say, Wendy, I love that you're here today. I've had a really emotional day. So you just bring a smile to my face. And I just appreciate you so much. And, so the great thing about Garland, is it okay that I just said your ISD? I'm so sorry. The great thing about where you are working, they had a pretty awesome plan last year when everything hit the fan. But this year it's been a mix. You've done both face-to-face and hybrid and remote.
Yeah.
So what is a message that is on your heart to share with educators right now?
My message to all educators is basically to be resilient, to be flexible, forgive yourself, and forgive others.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In a nutshell, take care of yourself because, we've had teachers dropping like flies. We had a lot going on at the beginning of the year. We had a lot going on. Our teachers did. Not only the hybrid, like doing 2 models, learning on the fly. Our staff, our staff's pretty techy. So the technology piece was not the hard part. It was learning a new platform because we don't have a classroom anymore. We have Canvas, which is like you need like a computer programming degree. So it's like heavy. You know what I mean? Like it's heavy. It's really good, but I'll be honest with you, like, dude. I feel like I can work with Steve Jobs now. You gotta go in there and you're like, I'm like the CEO of IBM or whatever. But seriously, I'm putting on my resume, computer programmer, aka Canvas. Because if you can do Canvas, you can do anything. Yeah, Canvas was a challenge. So doing all that in the mix, this made it a really hard start, but we're finally coasting. We're coasting now. And so we had our second crop of kids come in this week. So we have our newbies coming in. So right now, our school is at about not even at 50. We're probably like a little over 50%.
Wow.
But there's some schools in Garland that are like 80% out the gate. Boom. I'm like,
I'm sure though that your 50% is still more than another school's 80%. So
I know.
So, but I am so impressed with all of you, and I am impressed. Do you feel like the way that you like we're pushing the, to make sure that those of us that worked with you, that we were like pretty tech savvy? Do you feel like that paid off for this time?
I do. I really do, because no one thanked me then, but they're thanking me now. Y'all all hated me then. Why we gotta do this? Why we gotta do that? We always trying to, and I have a brain that operates different than everyone else's brain. Like I can do like 17 things at one time. They may not be done well, but I can do 17 things at one time. And so I take risks with my staff, but I also encourage them to take those risks, because without risk taking, you're not going to have to innovate. So innovation comes from risk taking. So if you don't risk take, then, but they know they have a soft place to land when they fall on their faces. Then I'm not going to judge them. I'm not going to, because I fall on my face several times. I mean, I'm scarred all the way up, but I got a nice little scab. I'm getting like, calluses from it. I'm getting tough. So it's, it makes you a tougher person. It makes you just more open to trying things and not being so scared. So
right, I agree. And I mean, because I've worked with you, I know that it's true. So I can totally vouch for you. You've fallen a lot on your face. No, I'm just joking. We all have. That's one of the things. I'm kidding. That's one of the things that I appreciated working with you, is that you allowed us to make mistakes, and we didn't get in trouble for making mistakes. It was a growing thing. It's true. So we have. Thank you, Carrie says, good evening. Two of my favorite tigers. Thank you, Carrie, for stopping in. A trio of tigers, right?
Oh, I miss Carrie. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Carrie, I miss you. Come back to Carver. Come back to Carver.
And that actually makes me realize that if you have a question or comment for Wendy tonight, or myself, just please drop it in the comments and say hello if you're watching. Thank you, Carrie, so much.
You'll see my gray hair. This is what the pandemic is doing. By the way, I have a new project coming out soon.
You do? Hi, Rochelle.
I have a project, so I do have my Twitter. It's there, but I'm not posting yet. I wanted to hurry up and get the name. It's COVID Principle.
Oh, wow.
But because I couldn't put the pandemic principles, too many characters, that's the name of my little podcast I'm going to start. The Pandemic
Nice. That is so cool. We'll even talk. Hi, Janice, our friend, and our friend Yolanda. Good evening, ladies. Thank you so much for saying hi. Yeah, we'll talk about that for sure.
How you doing? Like the one on TV. Wendy Williams did it. How y'all doing?
Well, and I want to ask you this, because and we'll definitely get to those, how we can follow you. And I didn't even know, you didn't even tell me this. I feel like, what the heck, but tell us, what has helped you the most as a leader, especially right now,
Oh my goodness. What has helped me most?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard question, Melody.
It is hard. I told you before.
I know you told me, but like 2 minutes ago. What makes what
why haven't you quit? How come you didn't throw your hands up and just walk away?
Why haven't I quit?
Yeah.
Because I enjoy and love building leadership in others. That's my passion. And so I have a platform to do that. And so that's kind of where I grow my leadership skill. I grow my leadership skills through growing others. Like, I mean, I'm like the principal maker. Okay. Hello. I've had like 7 APs. They're all principals except for like 2. And they're like, one retired and one went to do like curriculum or something. But pretty much all my APs, they haven't been with me longer than 2 years. They become principals. And some people, they might complain at the time, I'm doing too much work. No, you're not. Because when they become principals, they call me, girl, I know, right? You thought you was doing everything. You weren't doing everything. Because our school is so massive, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So therefore, instead of putting myself in the grave, I have to partner with my APs. So I partner with him, and I grow leadership through that, like I said, through my platform and my, position. I encourage others to seek out higher positions or other positions that they might be interested in outside of teaching. I mean, that's just something I've had. So I think that's what kind of keeps me going. And then my little hub of principal buddies that we all talk and get together all the time, and we just collaborate. And I love seeing teachers grow, kids grow. I like conflict with parents. It's so fun. It's so fun. Like, I like when a mad parent comes up and they're like, I don't like you. Blah, blah. And I'm like, really? Well, I like you. And guess what? I just get them. They're like hugging me. Well, they can't hug me now because of the COVID, but they'll hug me before they leave. So people are like, a lot of teachers are like, oh my God, it's so-and-so parent. I'm like, where are they? I get excited. They're like, what's wrong with you? I love mad parents. Love them because I always get them to eat out and palm my hand. They're like, they do. And the ones the real Wendy, the ones that don't start like turn it around real quick because they know, like, hello, I'm a real person. Like, I'm human just like you. Those people get to see the Wendy from Slidell. She is not nice. She starts doing all of this sometimes, like, what? I start doing that. And it's like, okay, I have to get professional again. Boop, tamp it down.
I love that.
Well, very rarely do people see that Wendy. Only when they keep going and they start throwing like personal insults. I can only take so many personal insults. I mean, I know I'm not cute, but I mean, come on.
I think you're adorable. Whatever. You send them my way who says you're not cute.
I'm single. Single, ready to move.
That's right. I needed to talk to you today. This is such a God thing. I've been having such a terrible day, so I appreciate.
You had a bad day. Come on.
That's right. So what's the biggest challenge that you guys are facing? What are some of those obstacles? What makes parents so mad?
You know what the challenge? Well, I very rarely get them. I mean, I don't, but I like to get them. You know what I mean? So
okay.
I calm them down when they're mad. No, normally they're mad at somebody else, and I'm like, ooh, let me have them. So I take it over. But I think that our biggest challenge right now are the parents learning technology through a child.
Yeah.
Because Garland is very fortunate. Every single one of our students have laptops or a hotspot if you need it. So they have access 100%. Like, that is not a barrier for us. So we are totally blessed. As a matter of fact, we got 15 more Chromebooks, Chromebook carts yesterday. Nice. So 3rd, 4th, and 5th, our whole school is 1-to-1 at this point.
Wow.
So we have enough computers to where I think we have enough to where 3rd and possibly 4th will have 2 computers each. They'll have one to keep on campus and one at home so that they don't have to transport them.
That's amazing. And that's incredible.
I invested early and I had a whole bunch myself. And so the district bought for everybody, including me, who already has them. So we have like double.
That's amazing. I know. That's what I love. You wanted to be one-on-one years ago. Like, you were ready for that. And I love that. It really has paid off. So good for you. And, but I love that you said that. So I would probably be very frustrated too if I had to learn the technology through my children, like my little ones. Yes.
It's hard because and the teachers are like literally teaching computer science over the phone, over Zoom. That is the biggest challenge right now is the parent. And then the kids are like, I don't know how to get on. And the parent will call the teacher and say, yeah, he says he can't get on Google Classroom. That boy get on Google Classroom every day. Like, he's trying to, he is trying to pull one on you, ladies. I mean, so all year you've been getting on, all of a sudden you don't know how to get on at home. Same Chromebook that you had at school. So, they try to
So I love it. Right. And one of the things I love about you too is that you really do just speak what's on your mind. And I appreciate that. Like, it's refreshing. So that's really cool. We have a comment. Oh my goodness. I love it. People are commenting. Who is, oh my goodness. Yes. My friend Yolanda, she teaches kindergarten. So she knows.
Yolanda, the kindergarten's got to teach the parent. That's a shame. But the kindergartners, I mean, honestly, the kindergartners have more skill. And I was truly surprised at how the lack of knowledge, because we are so exposed technology. I mean, we take it for granted.
Right.
Like we're oversaturated. I mean, our society is oversaturated, but there are pockets of people that literally don't know what a hotspot is. Like there was a poor, bless his heart, poor man. He called the school and he said, "Man, sir, my Chromebook is not working. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and come on up there and get me one of those hotspots." Like he thought the Chromebook and the hotspots were interchangeable.
Right.
Bless his heart. It was funny, but it was sad. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it is.
But that's not good that you don't know what a hot. It was so sad, but that's how, I mean, much of it. And so we are really trying to be more intentional about training parents. Like
I love that.
I have a website up. Like, I mean, I'll send like little videos. I have a whole Google, like my site. I have a site within a site, like a parent resource page. Like, if you don't know how to do this, click this. If you don't know how to do this, click this. So I mean, there's a lot of resources for them. A lot of times they just want you to hold their hand.
Right.
They just want you to hold their hand. They're not going to click on anything because they don't want to do it. That's why they're
probably like, if they're my age, you know, they're probably like, when I was on computers, when I was younger, our teachers always made us feel like if we hit the wrong button, we were going to break the computer. And we know that that's like silly and stupid now, but you know, we do. Like, I remember when I was trying to get more techie, it was hard for me to kind of get over that mindset too. So I have to say that kudos to you for being intentional with parents. And I absolutely love that. That's great. And we have Carrie says, I totally agree with Wendy about giving yourself grace. Trying to teach face-to-face and virtual at the same time is tough. And parent support is imperative with our at-home learners. Yes. And what's it like? Thank you, Carrie, so much. Totally agree. What's it like having, you know, at-home learners the same time you have, you know, face-to-face learners? What's, you know
what? It's honestly, it's, I just have to say that teachers are superheroes, like for real. Like if I had to do it, and I'm techie, I consider myself pretty darn techie. I'm thinking, could I do this? I'm looking at them like, but you know what? They are so resilient and innovate. Like they are so innovative. Okay, so I call the technology department. I'm like, hey, well, I'm not gonna say that. Let me just say this. Okay, so when we first started, let me back it up. When we first started. No, when we first started, that was my backing up beep. But when we first started, you know, the first thing you think about, okay, what am I gonna do to live stream, teach at the same time? Am I gonna do like walk around my Chromebook, like, you know,
right?
You know, you can't walk around with it. It's not practical. So we're like, okay, what do we do? Do we do a swivel? Do we do an iPad on a, you know, what do we do? An easel? What, you know? So
yes,
my teachers, and I'm gonna give her a shout out because I thought it was the most creative. I said, it was the bomb. She used a ring light with the little stand in her phone. So she had her phone as the camera with the ring light on, and she's up there teaching her butt off. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Who was that?
Allison Floyd.
Hello. Hey, Allison.
Real yet? That was so smart. I was like, why didn't I think it? I'm such a dummy. But she had a little, she said, well, I said, well, so tell me how you do it, Allison. Let me, you know, I was going to a different classroom, just seeing everybody's style. She said, well, I use my phone. And she was kind of like, is that like, I know that's not right. Yeah, it's right. Anything you do is correct. If you're getting the lesson to the kid, I don't care if you're using a leapfrog. I don't care what you use. I mean, whatever you use, if it works, do it. I don't care if it's an Android, flip phone, BlackBerry, whatever it is. If you can get the kids to see and all that simultaneously, like
that's amazing.
But yeah, it was a simple solution, and it required no equipment. You know, like she just got her little ring light from Amazon. She said, "I got my ring light. I just put it on here, and I'll teach at the board." And the other kids are. I was like, and y'all audience, y'all can have that. That was a tip from Allison Floyd. Y'all can have that one for free, but I'm gonna give y'all the more free ones.
I want to say, I want to go back to some of our comments. Carrie says that engagement is a challenge. Yolanda says that it's frustrating for parents who are not tech savvy, but then when you add in a language barrier, their frustration increases. Definitely have to give yourself grace. This is new. Yes, Yolanda, that is so real. And she says, because it's so different for each teaching environment. And Janice, one of our favorite parents in our community, says patience and grace for both parents and teachers. For sure. Yeah. Like I love that you said that. And actually, I've reached out to Allison, so I hope that she'll watch this. But I asked if she would please come on to the show too, because I really love her. She's one of my favorite teachers in the world.
She is awesome. And I'm telling you, it was the littlest, simplest thing, and I'm pretty sure other people thought of it, but I was like, brilliant. I mean, it was just
yes. I don't know if you can hear the banging in my house. I'm like my sons are wrestling. I'm so sorry. Okay, so you've told us all about your experiences about what is going on in school, but you are not just a teacher, an educator, leader, principal, mother. Like all of these things could fill up your time. You've got something else cooking up, and it looks really tasty, but it's not food. Will you tell us about what it's like to be an entrepreneur? Yeah, tell us.
So here's the deal. So I've been making my own deodorant. I know that sounds goofy, right? This is how I got started. I've been making my own deodorant since my daughter was like little, because she was like smelling like Whataburger at the age of like 5. I was like, is that you, Kendall? You're 5 years old, girl. Gosh, I said that. But she was smelly. She was smelly at a very early age. And so I was like, I don't want to put degree on her. I'm sorry, degree.
Right.
I don't want to put deodorant, traditional deodorant on her. So I was like, I have to do this. I went to the grocery store and bought the traditional little, I'm not going to say the names of them, different little ones that are natural. Still smell like Whataburger. So then I said, well, so then all of a sudden I said, fine, forget it. I just gave up. I started putting the regular deodorant. And then one day, that deodorant that shall remain nameless stopped working for me. And I started smelling like Whataburger. I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is happening? So when I started smelling that, I said, well, guess what happened? A week later, you know what happened? The clinical strength came out, and it was like 3 times the price. I said, conspiracy. That's the same unnamed deodorant in that tube that just changed the brand, changed the little label, and charges 3 times. So I was so mad. I went on Pinterest and I said, I'm gonna make my own deodorant. I got angry because I know it was game. Y'all running game on us. They ran game on us. I wasn't having it. So I started making my own deodorant. It worked 10 times better. And it's all natural, so I'm not gonna get cancer or any of that crazy stuff. Not putting it all in my mouth. My kids use it. So you understand. So I've been doing it for like 7 years. So over the COVID, girl, over the pandemic, I had so much time on my hands. I had so much time. So I started researching different oils because I was really into my hair too. So I started then, I'm gonna roll my hair out. Let me do some things. So I looked at all these. So I know everything about every oil. Every oil you can imagine. I know all. I mean, I've done so much homework on oils. That's coupled with the fact that my sister's friend was making body butter. I said, I can make that on the COVID board at the,
yeah.
Then, so I started making body butter. So now I make body butter deodorant, and I started making scrubs. You want to see them?
Yes.
So here's one. This is going to be your favorite. Hold on.
Everything that you make, I want to eat, though, I have to admit. That's probably why I have gained so much weight during the pandemic.
This is going to be your favorite, Melody. This is my favorite body scrub. It's a body polish because it's done with salt. Is like the little grains of salt, and it's done with body butter. It's like whipped.
Yes.
A scrub that's whipped. So when you get in the tub, you wash yourself off, and then you scrub it, and then when you get out of the tub, like kind of thick, you can feel like kind of thick coating on you, but then when you dry off, it's like you don't have to put any lotion on, nothing.
Wow.
This one is my favorite.
That is so. Oh my gosh! It says Leela May. That is so cool.
Leela May is my favorite. The reason why Leela May is my favorite because it smells like it's fruity. It's like citrusy. Come on. Anyway, so yeah, it's really good. But anyway, so Leela May. And let me explain these names. So I have Leela May. I have this one is Velma. It's made with coffee. Leela May, I didn't meet this aunt. This is an aunt that passed away before I was even born. But it was my first scrub that I made, and I loved it, so I just named it after her. So there's no story behind this one except for the fact that it's my first one that really launched all the other ones. This one is a coffee one because they say coffee gets rid of cellulite and stuff. But whenever I went to my Aunt Velma's house, every time. She was the sweetest aunt ever. She was my grandmother's sister-in-law. Oh my God, Aunt Velma was so sweet. Oh, her house always smelled like coffee. You want some coffee? Her house smelled like coffee every time I went. But
that's such a great.
So it's brown sugar. She made with sugar because she was sweet. Then I have this one. Okay, wait. Let me see. What's the other one? I don't think I have a label on it. I don't have a label on this one. I have to buy more labels. This one is called Juliette. Juliette is also a sugar scrub, and it's lavender because Juliette sounds very French. And my aunt was really, really sweet also. She was the sweetest. She was also sister-in-law of my grandmother. But Aunt Juliette, hers is really good. And it has real lavender in it, like the little lavender buds.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. I love lavender.
Look, obviously, I use this one. And then there's the last one. Well, there's two more. This one is called Margaret. Margaret is one like, this is a regular scrub. It's just oil. Let me tell you why Margaret is Margaret. It's pink because every time I went to Aunt Margaret's house, she had these pink azalea bushes in the yard. And it also smells more floral because it smells like gardenias because her yard smelled like gardenias. She had a gardenia tree. So gardenia bushes and azalea, that's why it smells like. So this reminds me of my Aunt Margaret. This one smells so good. I can't.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could smell it. I wish I could have it.
Smells like gardenia. It's gardenia and a little lavender.
Yeah, and and your pictures that you post on Instagram, like they look delicious, like the way that you whip them up and you take them.
Oh, that's,
excuse me.
I didn't even show you my butter. My butter, I don't even know. I don't even have butter. Do I have butter? I don't have any made. I gotta make some more.
We need to do you have a friend when you do a virtual pop-up store, but that's a great idea. Yes.
Yeah, but I use it all the time. I use my own deodorant. Oh, I gotta show you the one I made after Kaylee. This is the best one.
Okay. Yeah, and you made your name from your girls, right? Ken K after your girls.
Yeah, Ken K. Kendall is Ken. Kaylee is K. Born.
I love that.
Ken K was born. This one don't have a label. I'm so bad about my labels. I gotta buy some more labels.
Don't tell us you don't have labels. Just tell us about it. It's okay.
This is Ken. This is Kaylee. This one's called Kaylee, and it smells like sherbet, like ice cream, like it's. And
it looks like it.
So the bottom is mint chocolate chip, it's like chocolatey, minty. The middle is like an orange dreamsicle scent. It's all natural, 100% raw mango butter, raw shea butter. Now I use refined shea butter because unrefined, I put a little bit of unrefined, but unrefined smells really bad. And then I also use cotton butter. People don't know if they're sleeping on cotton butter and they're sleeping on southsea butter. Those two butters are very, they're more expensive. And I use like argan oil, rosehip. Who puts rosehip on their body? Me. Because rosehip is expensive. Rosehip, argan, of course, all the other grapeseed, kernel, apricot nuts. Just so many, like jojoba, sweet almond. Oh, almond oil and my rosemary. Let me show you this. This is the Ken K difference, and then I promise I won't talk about it anymore.
You can. Please talk about it. I love it, and I love that you're using good products.
Here,
you're about quality.
Oils that are infused. I look pregnant. Oh my gosh. No, you don't. I'm not with a child. I'm trying to make myself look like I have a weight. This is so I have a garden. I also have a garden from the pandemic. Yeah, I have a whole garden. Yeah, I made okra. I got like 5,000 bags of okra. I'm gonna make some.
You're amazing.
I'm gonna make some okra gumbo, girl. I love okra. This is the rosemary from my garden, and this is olive oil infused with rosemary. I use this for my scrubs.
That's awesome.
So I'll let it sit for like ever. This is vanilla bean infused, like real vanilla. I don't play around. Right. I use the real vanilla, like the ones that are like one bean is like $13. That's the vanilla I use. I'm telling y'all, you're getting the deal. It's cheap compared to. I'm probably not making any money, but I enjoy doing it. Hey, what do you say?
I love that. How do you do it all?
This is vanilla bean infused oil.
Yes.
It smells so good.
Do you sleep at night?
No. Do you see the bags under my eyes?
Well, I'm just like, how do you lead a school and then also, have a business like this where you're like, you make it?
Well, honestly, here's the thing. this is like right now I've been soft rolling out because I am starting school. School is my focus. School is number one, no doubt about it.
Right.
So I'm doing like a soft rollout. So like if the product is bad, which is not, my friends won't tell me. My friends will like, they'll tell me they'll tell me the truth, and B, they won't ask for their money back. So so that's why when I get feedback from so it's being perfected, because I mean, when you're doing something handmade, it's like it's handmade.
Right.
So my recipes are like perfect now, like perfect. Because I mean, I've gotten feedback, and it wasn't nothing bad, but I was like, and even myself, like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, whatever. And so now it's perfect. So, but I'm getting ready to connect to Google and all that like this weekend. So
that's awesome. And so if people want to follow you, so I put your Twitter handle on the bottom. It's at Wendy_Hurt, which I think is an amazing name for a principal. If it's your IG, your Instagram.
That's my main name. Wendy Hurt, because she's gonna hurt you.
And then you can also follow Wendy on Instagram at Kin K Body Care, but you have the new one called Kin K & Co. And you're also coming out with a new website. Like this weekend, you're going to be unrolling something amazing, like your website.
My website is the same. I'm just going to connect that domain because right now it's like you can't find it when it's in the
right on the search engines. You're going to make it more SEO friendly.
Accessible, and I bought the domain. I was like hesitant to buy the domain. I bought I also bought the Pandemic Principle, so y'all can't have that one either.
Oh, that's right. Tell us about your new Twitter. You didn't even tell me that pre-show. So tell us about that.
The Pandemic Principle. I'm going to start a podcast, and I have a Twitter set up already just to kind of like have the name. But the name is COVID Principle. I believe that's what's called. I think
okay.
So. I haven't used it yet. I just had to get the name. So it's not out there yet, but basically, it's going to be a show talking about the well-being, health of a principal, the mindset of the principal, and also I'm going to bring teachers on to get their perspective on just different topics, dealing with the pandemic, dealing with being a mom in the pandemic, dealing with like having to do virtual learning with your own kids,
right?
And or being forced to send your kid to school when you didn't really want to. Things like that, how people feel about those situations and how they got through it. Like, are y'all drinking more? Like, what are you doing? So, I mean, hey, it's real life. People do things.
Hashtag it is real life. I
love
it.
I mean, people cope in different ways. I mean, people self-medicate. It's not a good thing, but it's reality.
Right.
Actually,
it would be great.
I lost 30 pounds and stopped drinking altogether.
I found your 30 pounds. You lost it and you sent it to Alaska because I am fatter than I've ever been in my whole life.
Girl, you're gorgeous.
Oh, well, you are so sweet to say that. I wish I felt that way. But thank you. If you are thinking I think Wendy is incredible. I hope you'll follow her. She like putting out this her information right here on Twitter, and she's coming out with a new Twitter. I hope you'll follow it. And I love that you're going to get real about issues. Let's not tiptoe around all of this. We are people. We are humans. We're not doing this pandemic perfectly. There is no perfect way to do it. We're all learning as we go. And so I think that there's a real audience for talking about issues realistically, and I want to wish you luck on your business. When you start shipping to Alaska, I want Leela May. I'm so like, what? That is just so cool. She'll want it.
Yes, you have to have it. Bottom line is this. At the end of the day, final word. Like Lawrence O'Donnell on MSNBC, final word. I'm gonna have the last word. I'm gonna have at the end of the day, I tell teachers all the time, like, here's how I know I'm ahead of the game. When I made I did force them. I made them. When I made my teachers watch the 13th pre-George Foreman, so they can understand systematic racism and the institutional, the prison industrial complex, and why
Black pipeline to prison. Yes.
Oh, I said pipeline, all that. I was ahead of that. So my teachers already had the knowledge and the background knowledge to be able to process all this stuff that's going on. You have that going on with the racial stuff. You have all the stuff going on. You have the pandemic also. The bottom line is, I tell the teachers all the time, seize the moment. Be a difference maker. You are in the middle. We are literally changing the face of education right now. Like literally, in the minute. Like we're changing it. Education, we've been the same for the last 400 years. Rows, desks. I mean, you had to force people's hands to innovate. And then there's, of course, that huge gap because the wealthy schools, they were kind of ahead of us. I mean, they got the wealthy districts, they're trucking along. But there are some school districts, like right now, kids don't even have a device. I mean, like they have nothing. Like it's like, oh well, too bad, too sad. I mean, they get like worksheets mailed to them. I mean, it's the insane disparity and the insane differences, and the equity is so off the charts. The inequitable that kids are learning, but you have to just embrace it. Just know that your name might be in a history book one day. I mean, think about it. You all are like we are changing it. Like we are that generation. We're changing it. Like so we got to make it what we want to make it. It's exciting. I mean, it's exhausting. It's frustrating, it's stressful. It's everything. It's joyful. I mean, it's exhilarating. I mean, it is a time where we have to embrace it, or we're going to drink a whole lot more. Be honest. I had to break that serious moment. I was getting too deep on y'all, but seriously, really, in all seriousness, I'm super excited. The thing that I love is I love to innovate. I love to create new things. I love to plan. I love to figure things out. It's like I feel like it's like maker space in your brain. That's kind of what I'm like, a maker space going on in my brain with technology, you know?
Yeah, I know. And I love it. You just live it. You're living it. You're doing stuff that you love. It's great. You have your own garden. You're making your own products. You're an entrepreneur.
My garden died as soon as we back to school. My garden died. Don't tell anybody. As soon as we back to school, he died. I had 3 bonsai trees too. 3 bonsais. One of them died because I'm not talking to him every day.
Yeah. Well, I am so proud of you. I want to just tell you. I want to tell you that I am so proud of you. Like, I love the life that you're living. Oh my God. Seriously, just that you are able, you're so smart. You're building a business. You're building a business on top of everything. You're a fantastic mother. You're a leader. You're pushing people to go further than sometimes we feel comfortable, but it really does pay off in the end. I owe you a lot, and it's not always easy. I love the fact too that, like, conflict is real. You're not afraid to address it. You're not afraid to push through it and keep going. You're not afraid to talk about the digital divide. You're being intentional with parents. I mean, you're phenomenal. And I'm so glad you joined us today. Janice, thank you for joining us too. We're all fans. And we'll have to have you on again as the year progresses. We'll have to get your words. I love that you're able to just talk about stuff in such a real way. That's really encouraging.
And you have to be a guest on the pandemic principle. It sounds pretty scary, doesn't it? The pandemic.
It does. Oh, we have another comment coming in. This is so cool. And yes, Carrie, thank you also for joining us. And Yolanda, thank you for all your comments. Yes. It is great. Well, I will see you all. We kind of went over our time, but I just want to say it was good. I wish you all the best. Everybody, give my love to everybody in Garland. Y'all are amazing. And take care. We'll see you again for next week.
DGISD, because we're always connected. # choose Garland ISD if you live in the Dallas area.